everyone, it's Catherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I'm here to share with you a layout for Confessions of a Paper Addict, and I am using this month's free cut file over in the Facebook group, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. It is the Rainbow Loop cut file and it is gorgeous. So I have cut it out with some white cardstock, and here it is here. I've kept all those inner pieces because I'm going to use the Distress Oxides to color in those inner pieces. And this is a gorgeous little photo I'm using of Sandler, the seeing eye dog I'm training currently, and it was his first visit to the beach. So I'm also pairing it with the Daydream collection, and the Distress Oxides I have picked out there are perfectly matched to that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm using these inner pieces, like I said. I'm just lining them up to see where they all go. And now I'm going to go ahead and yeah, just add some color to these clouds. So I'm using the weathered wood here, and I will, in the description below, I will leave, all the products that I use, so you can go ahead and check that out. But I'm using weathered wood here on those, just the edges of those clouds, just to give them a little bit of definition. I've got fossilized amber here, that is for the sun, and I'm using these makeup brushes. I find them a lot better than those daubers, and I think that these are just cheap ones from Kmart. I have got a few from some craft shows and bits and pieces, but yeah, I love using these brushes with the Distress Oxides, especially in situations like this, as well as like through stencils and things like that. So now I am using the this is Tattered Rose. On one of those rainbow loops. I'm using Tattered Rose there. I don't make you watch all of this, by the way, but I've got saltwater taffy, speckled egg, and faded jeans. So I've gone ahead and colored all those in. Now I'm just coming in with some Jen Hadfield gold glitter spray, and I'm just sprinkling that on. I just wanted a little bit of I don't know, depth is not probably the right word, but something, a little bit more interest on those rainbow sections. So I'm just sprinkling that gold all around, and I had to sprinkle quite a lot to actually get it on, on the actual cut file. So I'm sprinkling that around, and yeah, it's starting to come together really well. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and put some foam dots on, or foam squares on all of those. I am just going ahead and trying to pick out a background piece. I had asked the Confessions of a Paper Addict DT, what background they thought. And yeah, there was a few different votes, but I ended up deciding on this one because it reminded me of the ocean, I think, sort of the waves and bits and pieces. So, and this color is gorgeous, and matches really well with that Tattered Rose and saltwater taffy. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the white portion of the cut file down. I'm just using the art glitter glue, and I'm just sort of counting the edges there and sort of trying to get it somewhat in the middle. It didn't have to be perfect, but I just wanted to get it somewhere in the middle. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a few dobs of glue. I don't want to sit it flat because I want it to be able to give a little bit of texture too. And so I didn't want to sit it perfectly flat to the page. So I'm just adding a few dabs there, just so that it'll stick down enough that it's not going to move when I'm creating. But yeah, not so much that it doesn't, that it still has that dimension, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down, and yeah, I think then I'm going to come in with the inner pieces and start to stick those down as two because I knew they, again, they weren't going to move anywhere. So I didn't want to have to come back in at the end and try and stick everything down. I wanted to start embellishing. So I'm pulling all these pieces of square dots off, but I don't make you watch all of this again, but I wanted to give you enough of the process so that you could see how it came together and what I did at each sort of stage. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick those down. Then as you can see, come back in, and now I'm going to mat my photo, and I'm choosing a couple of papers from the A5 paper stack in this Daydream collection. All those blues, and then the wood grain. I thought the wood grain matched really well. You can see the pier in the back of the photo. The beach reminds me of lots of wood grains. So I'm going to go ahead and mount in those few different colors. And yeah, like I think I said before, this is Sandler. He's a seeing eye dog I'm training, and this was his first visit to the beach. I was down at a scrapbooking retreat in Phillip Island, so I took him down the beach on our morning walk, and he just was so interested in in the sand. He was so funny. Yeah, he hadn't actually been on the sand, even though we live quite close to a beach as well, but I hadn't actually taken him down there. So I think he was about 14. Oh, no, I think 16 weeks old, maybe. Anyway, he was still pretty little, and but he was so good on the scrapbook retreat. I have another layout coming up this month that also features him, so stay tuned for that. I'm just going to go ahead and add some florals at the side of the photo, and then I do decide to sort of put the photo over the top. And I've added a floral cluster to that, the sun and the clouds there. I'm adding that flare button that says the good life and a sticker that says be the rainbow. I'm just adding this circular die cut element up in the top corner because I felt like that needed something else, and that says dream. I'm just going to go ahead and add my title, and I don't make you watch all that because that was a bit tedious, but I've added the title of Rainbow of Possibilities because he's certainly showing a lot of possibility to become a seeing eye dog. I've added a rainbow die cut piece, and then I've just added that sticker there that says beautiful. I'm just going to add a floral element under that dream, and I like how this is coming together. So I've got those three main sort of clusters plus the title, and I really love it. And I love the title sitting on that rainbow loop. I really like how other people create with circular photos. I just can't seem to get that to work. So maybe I'm not printing my photo big enough or what have you. I just find trying to size that really difficult, especially in the Canon selfie. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any tips on, creating with a circular photo. I think I need to try it. I've just been fussy cutting that butterfly because I felt like I needed another pop of yellow up in that top cluster. I'm just going to go ahead and stick those down. And yeah, I'm loving how this is looking. I'm just trying to find another floral element. Most of these florals are fussy cut from the paper, so the 12 by 12 and the A5 paper. I did quite a lot of fussy cutting, and I love those because they're already grouped together. So I tend to go to those before I go to the die cut florals. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the top of that circular element off. It was running off the page, and I think I'm going to use some sequins, but then I come in with some Nuvo crystal drops, and that's in the bright gold, and so I like how that's looking. I do come in and add some more Jen Hatfield gold glitter spray and just sputter that around, and that'll be about it for my layout. So I will leave some close-up photos at the end of this video. Don't forget to check out the description box to see where you can get this free cut file from, so the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.